question.
I'm so goofy!
Shut up! Shut up!
Alright, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the bane of the internet circa June 2025, where TikTok took out their pitchforks over their biases. Cinnamoroll losing his 5-year winning streak to this chubby little guy. What actually led to the uprising within the Sanrio community? And is it fated to continue? Is Pompom's asshole just a really big issue that we didn't foresee? That and more will be discussed today, but not before mentioning a collaboration for today's video, GSJJ. Here I made a cute enamel pin of my goat. This video is not biased, I swear. Anyway, GSJJ is a manufacturer of custom promotional products with over 20 years of experience, with multiple categories of brands, primarily offering products such as lapel pins, coins, medals, keychains, belt buckles, lanyards, stickers, and many more. They also offer different types of lapel pins, such as hard enamel, soft enamel, 3D, and cutout lapel pins. They also do factory direct pricing, so you don't have to pay extra. They give up to a 30% discount, along with a fully customizable and free design service on their website. So, with free shipping and fast turnaround, GSJJ is the right choice for your merch needs. Thank you, GSJJ, for working with me. Now back to the video. For some background, if for some reason you weren't on the internet in the past year, Pompompurin overtook Cinnamoroll in the Sanrio Rankings. It's all everyone would ever talk about, alright? The 5-year reigning champion was finally defeated by Pompompurin, who's been in the top 10 rankings for the past 10 years, which is amazing. However, this came consequently after a lot of frustration within the Sanrio community on TikTok. Posts and comments trashing Cinnamoroll, calling him pretty much everything under the table, along with flaming anyone who outwardly supported him. For a nice little competition to find a popular mascot character, it all seemed a bit too toxic competitive. Or at least this was on the surface level. Let's dig a little deeper into the why. Why did people react this way? Was this behavior unfair, or was it in some ways kind of rational? A zero-sum game is one in which no wealth is created nor destroyed. So in a 2-player zero-sum game, whatever one player wins, the other loses, and therefore the players share no common interest. The reward for the character in first place and the runner-up winning is more promotion and more merch. However, from a personal perspective, even with Pompom being at the second spot for the past 5 to 6 years, he did not have much merch at all in the country I'm in. Now, can you imagine all the other characters that people rooted for? It's obviously rational that people could feel like this competition is unfair. Then, with the rise of people talking about the character rankings on TikTok, came the outward venting and mobilization of Sanrio fans. Before, the Sanrio rankings were focused on the individual. You vote for your favorites, and they might win that year, they might not, because you're just one of the hundreds, thousands of people voting. And it's pretty likely that they might not. But with TikTok, the joint frustrations became centralized. Instead of there being lots of competitors, it became split into voting for Cinnamoroll or not voting for him. This relates to the N effect. For instance, a study published in 2009 explored the N effect, the idea that the size of the group is negatively correlated with competitive motivation among individual participants. Specifically, the study found that test scores fall as the number of test takers at a particular venue increases, showing that test takers were less motivated by competition if they had more competitors. So how does this relate back to the Sanrio rankings? Well, now instead of there being so many different competitors, there are only 2. There's a feeling of an us and them situation where you can best them, and this allows people to feel like the competition is more in their favor. The frustration and the want for someone else to win is rational. However, the toxicity became way overblown when people started treating it as a personal attack when someone wanted Cinnamoroll to win. Which brings us to the backlash. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell everyone, "Hey, let's get along, guys." I think we should just like hold hands and sing. I don't think there's any winners or losers. Look, you came to this video to see an analysis on the behavior of the Sanrio community and you got it. Am I saying that the toxicity is completely rational? No. I think originally people didn't really care too much about the Sanrio rankings. It was frustrating, sure, but mostly people were checked out of the competition itself. Is this fated to continue? In general, creators do need to emphasize respectful competition. I know it's not their job, but it's kind of necessary that the people making content about it point it out in some way or another. As an individual, calling out people trying to be toxic in a neutral way would be great. If they're ignored entirely, that's even better. But aside from that, I don't have a great answer. I mean, let me know what you think. Here's hoping that the toxicity just dies down naturally with Cinna being overthrown. Since now, winning doesn't feel like it's completely out of reach, but in order for this competition to be engaging and to be healthy, it should be focused on celebrating the characters themselves and not defeating anyone. The reality is that they're just little guys, you know. To conclude, the flurry of TikToks about the Sanrio rankings are a double-edged sword. People are way more engaged in the competition, but that also means aggressive campaigning and pushing down others that don't agree with you. For the most part, I don't know if it's really about the merch. Maybe people just want their favorites to be recognized, and I think there are much healthier ways to do that within the community. And okay, you know what? To be honest, I am kind of unsatisfied with the conclusion that we came to. Okay, that I came to, all right? What is it with people on TikTok being just the most toxic people ever? Maybe it's a lack of moderation. Maybe it's like the fact that TikTok is just a less mature app in comparison to something like Twitch or YouTube. You tend to have a bit more how do we say, it's like not as blatantly rage baity and attention mongering. I don't even know how to talk about it. I think it's a mix of that people did feel like their favorites weren't being seen, but also there's just a lot of people who are bored as fuck. And there is nobody calling this out. As far as I saw, there were no creators calling it out or treating it as something that was like a definite no. I think at some point it was a joke. Yeah, I'm talking out of my ass now. It doesn't even matter what I say. It doesn't even matter what I say because I'm just talking out of my ass. It's hard to know what the cause was. I think people treated it as like a funny thing to be like super toxic, and then suddenly it just became more than a joke. People were actually becoming toxic. And um if you have enough time to, you know, spend on looking at TikToks of the Sanrio rankings, I suppose you have enough time to fight about it. If it just became a no-brainer thing for people to be like, okay, that is kind of cringe to to say things that target other people, then it would be great, you know. Someone has to set the standard for that, but um can't be the commenters because no one's gonna listen to them, and that's basically it. Okay, now I'm gone. Bye. I have nothing else to say. Again, please remember to check out GSJJ and all the promotional products that they can help make. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Bye. I have let everyone know recently I'm pretty busy with like everything. So I'm really thankful to all the members that support the videos and support the streams. I appreciate it so much. along with like the people on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting the videos. I'm really, really grateful for you guys. And I'm just trying to get this done right now, but um yeah, hopefully I can stream when this is over. Yay.